D, wait for it, delightful.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds, and welcome to my week in review, where I come to you every Sunday with 3 entertainment stories that I personally find interesting, and then we discuss them down below. Now, also down below, you can find the articles that I read to bring you this story, and you can read them for yourself, or just watch this video where I'm going to break them all down for you. And also, I just want to say that if you like what I do here, and you enjoy independent content here on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my channel. YouTube is always changing up their algorithm, and small channels like mine, we just keep getting shoved to the back of the line. So please ask that you like, share, and subscribe, and I thank you in advance. Alright, so now we got that business out of the way. Why don't we go ahead and get started on these 3 stories? So for my first story this week, alright you guys, it looks like they are making another Jurassic World movie. Now, Jurassic World fans are excited that the news dropped this week, as it was revealed that David Koepp is returning to write a new installment in the franchise. Now, Koepp, who penned the scripts for the first 2 Jurassic World films, has nearly completed the script for the upcoming movie. And Universal is reportedly confident in the script's quality, considering a potential release in 2025. So I just want to say real quick, I find it funny how they're like, the script's almost done. I'm like, he wrote that fast right after that strike. A small piece of me wonders if he had written it during the strike, and he was all like, keep it under. I didn't write it during the strike, you guys. Wink, wink. Anyways, the return of Koepp does suggest a promising development for the franchise, although some concerns have arisen from his filmography, which includes both successful and less well-received projects. And despite this, fans are eager to see the continuation of the Jurassic World series. So some of the movies that he did write that I personally like, he wrote The Shadow. Now, I know that movie can be a little bit ridiculous, but I personally like it. And then he wrote the story and the screenplay for Mission Impossible, that first Mission Impossible. And then he also did write the Spider-Man movie, and I thought that movie was really good. And then he wrote that Zathura movie, which I actually liked that movie. But some other not so great movies are, he wrote Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. And then he also wrote that Angels and Demons movie, which I personally didn't like. And then, of course, he wrote Indiana Jones. I don't think he wrote the screenplay of Indiana Jones, but Dial of Destiny, don't quote me on that, I can't remember. But one movie that he did write the screenplay for, which was terrible, was that new Mummy, the 2019 Mummy movie with Tom Cruise in it, which was just atrocious in my opinion. So so he definitely has some good stuff on his resume, and then some bad stuff on his resume. So notably, the upcoming movie will introduce a fresh set of characters, departing from the previous trilogy's cast led by Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard. But I feel like that's probably the best choice. I mean, I liked both of those 2 actors. I really like Chris Pratt, and I like Bryce Dallas Howard. She was good. But I just felt like their storylines were just, over with pretty much. And I'm just like, where can we go from here? They've got that little clone girl, and I'm all like, and the little raptor in the woods and everything. I'm just like, where do we go from here? Now, while fans may miss the familiar faces, the shift aims to bring a new dynamic to the storyline. Speculation about potential themes, including the evolution of dinosaurs and the integration of science and business aspects, adds an intriguing layer to the anticipation. I always did enjoy the business aspects of it, and the science. I like science. I don't understand all of it, but I like it. And the business aspect is always interesting. I'm always fascinated by that stuff. Now, however, some fans express reservations about the possibility of the franchise exploring more fantastical elements, such as human dino hybrids. I have to be honest with you, I am not interested in that. I don't know about you, but I am not interested in that at all. So hopefully they don't do that, but we'll see. And the community is divided on whether sticking to the science and the business aspects would be preferable, or introducing new elements could breathe fresh life into the series. Now, despite differing opinions, the majority of the fans seem open to the idea of Jurassic Park 7, with excitement building as details emerge about the script and potential directions for the storyline. As discussions continue, the anticipation for the next installment in the Jurassic World franchise remains high. And I have to tell you right now, in my personal opinion, I am not excited about this movie. I don't have any ill will towards the Jurassic World series. I just feel like maybe they should take a break. I feel like this has gone on for a while now, and I think that I don't know if we were, and plus in those last two movies, didn't they like destroy the earth? I don't understand. I just wonder why we're going, like maybe they have to because they don't want anybody to encroach on their dinosaur movies, but I just go, You've made enough of those dinosaur movies. Maybe take a break. That last one was terrible, in my opinion. They with those big giant grasshoppers, I was like, this is ridiculous. I mean, it's an interesting concept, but it was just not executed correctly. I thought that last movie was terrible, and the one before that wasn't very good. I would just like to see more of a Dinotopia. See how we can integrate dinosaurs into our own world. Like maybe use a Brachiosaurus to help build a skyscraper, or something like that. But it just, I'm not interested in this, but I'll probably watch it because it's dinosaurs and everything. Because, I mean, like, they did have that 65 movie with that Adam Driver guy in it, and I thought that was all right. But, I mean, that obviously didn't, nail at the box office because people didn't see it. People didn't see it. Although my mom, she wanted to see it because she loves that. Older women, they love that Adam Driver. I'll tell you that right now. My mom certainly does. I love that Adam Driver. He's very handsome. I love my mom. So that was my first story of the week, you guys. So for my second story of the week. All right, you guys. It's been revealed this week that John Boyega is set to take on a lead role and executive produce The Book of Eli, a TV series prequel to the 2010 post-apocalyptic action film starring Denzel Washington. And the exciting news was reported by Deadline, my favorite, and it's showcasing Boyega's involvement in the project. And here is that article by Deadline. I liked this side-by-side they put right here of Washington and Boyega. It's very good. So, in this upcoming TV series, Boyega will portray a younger version of Denzel Washington's character, Eli. Now, the project is spearheaded by Gary Whitta, the writer of the original movie, who serves as the creator, writer, and executive producer for the potential series. And the Hughes brothers, directors of the film, are also on board to executive produce. Now, Alcon Entertainment, the studio behind the original movie, is producing the TV project also. So the Book of Eli movie was described as a neo-western, unfolds 30 years after a nuclear catastrophe leads to an genocide. The storyline follows Eli, played by Washington, a nomad navigating a post-apocalyptic America, safeguarding a sacred book containing humanity's salvation secrets. And, I mean, a little bit of a spoiler, you guys, but it's the Bible that he's got, and Eli is blind in that movie, and the book is in Braille, if I remember correctly. It's been quite a while since I've seen that movie, but the book is in Braille, so he's the only one that can read it. Now, I remember watching that movie when it first came out, and I actually did like that movie, so it'll be interesting to see how this all unfolds. Now, while details about the TV series are scarce, early information suggests it is set 30 years before the events of the film, and possibly around the time of the nuclear event and its imminent aftermath, which I think that's interesting. I always like to see, big explosions and earth destruction kind of movies, although I really don't want it to happen in real life. Now, the show is anticipated to attract attention, especially considering the star power of John Boyega and the creative team involved, which, again, I think getting involved, the guy that wrote it, the directors that directed it, and the production company, all those people that were involved in the first one, I think screams good news for this show, because when you have the creative team that was behind the first successful movie, at least I think it was successful, I think that's really good. Now, the significance of this project in the post-Hollywood strikes landscape as the industry gears up for increased buying activity in early 2024. And the Book of Eli stands out as an example of the caliber of talent and premise required for a TV package to make an impact. And what a package is, I've done a video on this before. I'll leave it in the iCard section. But what a package is, and I'll break it down, give me 30 seconds, is so what a talent agency will do, they'll get a script, and then they'll go out, they'll find an actor like John Boyega to be in it, and they'll say, hey, you want to do this project? And he'll be like, yeah, I want to do this project. And then they'll go find a director, and they'll be like, hey, you want to do this project? And the director says yes, and they sign on to do this project if it gets picked up. And they do other stuff, like they'll find producers or whatever, all that stuff. And then they take it to a studio, and they say, hey, here's the package, here's everybody involved, do you want to make this movie or TV show? And sometimes there's a bidding war, sometimes there's just one studio that they go to and the studio says yes, and they just sell it to them and everything. And then that's how a package is made, and a movie is made with a package and everything. So, the 2010 Book of Eli was a box office success. It grossed $157.1 million worldwide on an $80 million budget, which is very good. While the TV prequel is not associated with Warner Brothers, which distributed the original film, it still carries the legacy of its predecessor. Now, John Boyega is renowned for his Star Wars role and continues to diversify his career with projects like Netflix, They Cloned Tyrone, which was okay, and the upcoming sci-fi romance, The Freshening, which I haven't seen anything for, so I'll proceed to make sure to check that out when anything like a trailer drops. And then Gary Whitta, he's known for his work on Rogue One, a Star Wars story, and After Earth, and he plays a pivotal role in the project's creative process. Now, I have to be honest with you, I liked Rogue One, a Star Wars story. I thought that was pretty good, but I don't know how much of that he, was involved in that, and how much is on him, and we can give him credit for. But After Earth was just terrible. I'm sorry, I don't know how much he played that in that movie, but that movie sucked. I did not like that movie at all. So, I mean, but it's fine. It's like whatever, Now, the Hughes brothers, Alan and Albert, bring their directorial expertise to the series, and then Alcon Entertainment, known for its TV slate, including the upcoming Prime Video series Blade Runner 2099, which I'm not interested. That reinforces the presence in the industry with the Book of Eli, the TV prequel. So there's that. Now, the thing about this is, I find the Boyega being involved in this, I find it hilarious, because he, of course, infamously had said, "Don't Disney Plus me," and now he streamed himself, but that's just so funny. He's so funny. You can't Disney Plus me, and then you're going to be on a streaming show, so stop it. But I do think that this is a great project for him. I think that it's a great choice. I really enjoy him in a lot of his recent projects, and I'm glad that he's taking his fate into his own hands, He's being his own advocate, if you will. So I certainly will keep an eye out for that, that series and everything. And I'll probably cover it if there's interest in it. I might cover it if I need the content and everything. Now, and I also think that if they have the cojones to keep the pro-religion stuff in this has the potential to be really good. I think that this day and age, I know it's fashionable to hate on religion, especially Christianity. But I think that there are shows that can have a religious aspect to it and still be good and enjoyable for those who are not religious. And I think that they have to keep that portion of the program in there, because if they don't, it would just be weird, because that plays such a big role in the first movie. So yeah, we'll see how that works out. All right, you guys, so that was my second story of the week. So for my third and final story of the week, Glen Powell, you guys. Glen Powell, currently, his star is on the rise, you guys. I'll tell you what. I mean, he's currently enjoying the success with Anyone But You, and it has crossed the $100 million mark at the box office as of recording this. And discussions are buzzing about Top Gun 3, and he's just secured his next project. And Powell is set to star in a thriller called Huntington. And this is going to be directed by John Peyton Ford, and he is known for Emily the Criminal, which I have not seen before. I think it's still on the film festival circuit. So this is described as a raucous revenge thriller, which I'm not quite sure what that means, but okay. And it is centered around Beckett Redfellow, what a great name, and who is played by Powell. And he is the heir to a multi-billion-dollar fortune, determined to get what he believes he deserves, which, like the Joker says, you get what you fucking deserve, which is, always great. So this is inspired by Studiocanal's 1949 early comedy, Kind Hearts and Coronets, which I have not seen. And the film leans into witty banter while skirting darker themes, which we always love when they skirt into darker themes. So it says, John Peyton Ford expressed his excitement about the project, highlighting the collaboration with Studiocanal, among others, with Powell adding the finishing touch to the team. Now, Studiocanal CEO Anna Marsh, along with EVP Global Production Ron Halpern and SPV Global Production Joe Naftaflin. I wish they would just, why, we're going to read a quote, I'm going to read a quote from them, but I wish they would just say, like, they would just go, Anna, Ron, and Joe said this. They're like, why do you got to add all their titles? Like, I care, you know? I mean, I guess, you know, they get paid, these writers get paid per word, so they got to add all that stuff in. So it says, praise the screenplay and Powell's casting, expressing enthusiasm for the collaboration. Huntington draws inspiration from Kind Hearts and Coronets, a classic film telling the tale of Lois Davaramazi, I don't know how to say that, seeking revenge on his aristocratic family. Powell, with the upcoming releases like Universal's Twisters, which I'm quite excited about, and Richard Linklater's Hitman in the 2024, continues to make strides in his career. Now, Patton Ford's Sundance hit, Emily the Criminal, see, I think it's on the film circuit and everything, and the ongoing success of Powell's Underline, the actor's journey, emphasizes the hard work and dedication required in Hollywood. This project signifies Powell's diverse roles, showcasing his ability to take on different genres and characters. So I just want to say, as far as Glen Powell goes, I mean, we're seeing him, you know, his star rise, and good for him. You know, he's getting these roles and everything. I will have to admit that Hitman, they've got that picture of him with the sunglasses, and he's in that like booth at a restaurant or whatever, and it looks pretty decent just from that picture. So I probably will check that out. Plus, who doesn't love a good Hitman movie? And then also, if he's in a Top Gun 3 movie, I'm down. I'm down. I love that. I love the first movie, and then I love the second movie. So I'm definitely in for. I'm down with the sickness, you guys. And then Glen Powell, I have to just on a side note for myself, when they said they were going to start recasting the DCE or the DCU for James Gunn's DCU, I immediately thought of Glen Powell as Aquaman. As you guys know, if you watch my channel a lot, Aquaman is my favorite character in the DC universe, so I would love to see Glen Powell play. If he doesn't, that's fine. It's fine. I just think that looks-wise, he encapsulates everything from the comic books and everything. As far as this movie goes, I have to admit right now, just from the premise of it, I'm not 100% on board, but if I see a trailer and it looks decent, I'll definitely check it out. You know, I might not see it in theaters just because, you know, when I go to the theaters, I usually have to take my family or at least one of my kids. So my theater going experience is definitely, you know, superhero movies and animated movies. So I'll probably have to wait till streaming and everything. All right, you guys, so those are my 3 stories this week. Tell me, what do you guys think about all of this? How do you feel about this new Jurassic World movie, Jurassic World 7? I mean, is this something you're excited about? Or are you like me and you think they really should take a break with these dinosaurs, these Jurassic World movies? I mean, would it really hurt you to let another studio make a dinosaur movie? I mean, come on. I mean, like, how many dinosaur movies are there really in the ether? You know what I'm saying? That aren't Jurassic Park ripoffs. But I don't know. I think that those last 2 movies to me were just not, very great. But I mean, maybe they could pull it out. We'll see. I mean, I'm not holding my breath for this, but we'll see how it works out. I mean, who doesn't love a good dinosaur movie? So we'll see how this all works out. Also, tell me, how do you guys feel about John Boyega being Eli in this Book of Eli prequel series? Is this something you're interested in? You know, are you going to watch it? Did you like the first movie? And then how do you feel about them do you think they should keep in the pro-religion stuff that the first film had? Or do you think that should be taken out due to this, the current climate and audiences being ridiculous? And then finally, tell me, how do you guys feel about Glen Powell and this Huntington movie? Do you think this sounds good, or do you think this sounds bad, whatnot? Let me see how you guys feel about it. Do you like Glen Powell? Do you think he's a good actor? I mean, he went from Scream Queens to now to Top Gun. I mean, come on, the guy's clearly, he's got his star rising and everything. And he's definitely good looking. Like, look at that face. He's so cute. But tell me what you guys think about him and his this new movie and his star. Is he a rising star? And could he get A-list celebrity status? We'll see. All right, you guys, that's all I got for you this week. Tell me, what did you guys think about all this? Go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I'll see you guys next week on my week in review. You guys have a good week. Bye. Hey nerds, if you like this video, go ahead and click that Geek What icon and subscribe. And if you like this video, go ahead and join me every Sunday with my Week in Review.